Hello again. Yes, I told you I was going to be doing a whole heap of videos today. I just feel that I need to be making a little bit more effort to try to get some of the information out because the world is just it's like confetti at the moment. All of the news and information, advice, anything, it's like confetti. It's just up in the air and you can't grab it all. So I'm trying to pick what I think is relevant and interesting and might make sense to somebody because I don't know where you all are. What makes sense to me may not make sense to you and vice versa. But anyway, this one here, it covers I don't know if I can't recall this. Supposedly this happened in 2013, I think it was. Quincy Timberlake, and I thought, oh, it's like Justin Timberlake, pleads guilty to manslaughter of a son in Australian home. Wow, this came out, 2 weeks ago? I want to get rid of this rubbish. So Quincy Timberlake during a past court appearance in Nairobi. So he's obviously a Nairobian. What was he doing here in Australia? I don't know. Was he on holiday? Was he on a visa? Was he trying to get residency here in Australia and got deported because he had a criminal conviction? I don't know. Has anybody seen anything about this? But as I said, this is nothing to do with the current situation. This is just, I said it's insane. Look at the reason, what you need to know. The case against Timberlake alleged that he murdered his 3-year-old because he believed the child was possessed by aliens living in his stomach. Look at that. He thought the child had aliens living in its stomach. So that's why he killed his child. It's insane. And all this crap over here. Australian prosecutors on Tuesday dropped murder charges against Timberlake, who was accused of killing his 3-year-old son in 2014. Timberlake is a husband of former television representative Esther Nganga. Never heard of her. Police said the death occurred on June the 18th, 2014 at their home in Kalanga, north of Brisbane, which is probably not too far from me. I can't recall this. Now, she's going through a hard time in 2011. Look at all these things related. So she faces 25 years in prison. That's obviously over this. But the police, Australian prosecutors, dropped the charges. So how does that work? The crime happened here in Australia 9 years ago. But the little boy's still dead. But now Australian police have dropped, or the prosecutors, which is the Australian government, have dropped the charges. Why? You have to ask why. She's got Hell on Earth in 2010. This is before the murders. So this article here is 2010, but the child was killed in 2014. Yeah. Okay. Timberlake, who controversially left Kenya, was due to stand trial in the Brisbane Supreme Court after the judge-only trial was quashed. So what happened to... why is there a judge only? What happened to a jury? And the judge just said, no, I can't be bothered. It's just aliens. Oh, yeah, there are aliens. We've all been hearing about it in the news. We've even got them. They found old ones in Mexico. Wow. He will now be sentenced on September the 29th after prosecutor Caitlin Penfold is a really Penfold wine, very, very exclusive, very expensive, accepted the guilty plea to manslaughter in the Brisbane Supreme Court. Under Australian law, manslaughter carries a maximum sentence of 25 years. It remains unclear what punishment Timberlake will face as he's been behind bars for almost a decade. It is also emerged that he suffers from psychosis and schizophrenia. Well, after 10 years in prison, that will do your head in. So did he have it beforehand? Probably not. But we need to know why his wife had 10 years of hell. Let's see what that is about. How do I get rid of this? Close that. Why is S's hell on earth? And that's why they've got to say it's hell on earth, because there's aliens in his son's belly. That's why. They've got to create this hype. You got to, as I said, I've been saying this in so many videos. Don't listen to what they say. Think as the meaning that they're trying to implant in your mind. Predictive programming through the media. This is what this is. When Esther Angara walked into the press conference room to set the record straight, she was a new woman. And they got a picture of her husband. That's just to confuse you. The humble and sweet-faced that the Kenyans loved was gone, and its place was a blank stare. The sweet voice that wooed all of us to watch the news. She was a newswoman, okay. She was there no more. And an aggressive, almost combatant voice had taken residence instead. So maybe the aliens are in her belly now too. Maybe that's how the baby got them all. Who knows? When someone who vicariously protected her private life, Esther Aranga, was spared no words to expressing her disappointment with what she described as stupid journalism and garbage reporting. Well, that's true. Thumbs up for that. In all contempt, she was dressed in all black, could not explain why she chose to live with a married man in his house when she could afford to live comfortably on her own. Well, maybe she loved him. Maybe she wanted to be with him. Maybe he controlled her. Maybe, it was because of her son. Who knows? People make decisions. Sometimes they're bad ones. The irony was that one of the most notable faces on television was talking trash about the media in general, which she was part of. And she quit because I wasn't being paid enough. Wow. Such ethics and morals. And yeah, she was such a standout journalist. She contradicted herself several times, telling the media that she quit because of a low salary, saying that she would sue the media, but not for financial gain. Oh, man. That poor little boy. The son that got killed because he had aliens in his belly. He had aliens as parents. That's what I'm going to say. He had demonic parents. I'm not going to go any further. I might see if I can find and do a follow-up video on this, because this is really shocking, where, a little boy lost his life 9 years ago, and nobody seems to care. The mother is going to sue people because she's a petty bitch, and the dad, he's now claiming mental illnesses, and so he'll be released, and he'll probably end up residing here in Australia, and we'll find some woman to impregnate and maybe have more alien babies. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. But yeah, it's aliens save the world. And we've done this all to ourselves. But anyway, I'm not going to say anything else. And I will follow up. I'm not that far from Brisbane. I wouldn't mind going on the 29th. If you're able to, I might turn up and take you can't take videos in there, but I might go. The 29th, when is that? Today is Monday the 25th. And according to my calendar, the 29th is Friday. So I've got a few days to organise whether I want to go or not. And look, they've got X there now. And it's nothing to do with Twitter, I'm sure. But maybe it is. But anyway. So yeah, I might even see if I can find out where the crime happened in Canungra. Yeah. Oh, sorry. He's now saying that he had not fathered the child. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I'm going to have to do a bit more follow-up on this. Okay. Please do not do this to your children. If you think they have aliens in the belly, maybe take them to the doctors. It might be indigestion. Anyway, oh God, you got to laugh. If you don't laugh, you cry. So Godspeed to all. Godspeed. Look after your children. Okay, as you can see, this is from just the other day. It is that Timberlake situation where this man here from Kenya thought that his son had aliens in his belly, so he decided to exorcise them from his child, and he did that by throwing him against a wall and punching him very, very hard in the stomach. And unfortunately, his son passed away. He's now been, thank goodness, he's been found guilty and is going to spend 11 years in jail. Now, that's not enough as far as I'm concerned. And look at this. Oh my goodness, bushfire everywhere in Australia. We've got them in Tasmania, we've got them in Melbourne. And I jokingly said to somebody, that, oh, well, Dan Andrews had to light a few candles before he left the party. So watch out, guys. Melbourne is part of the C40 cities. Yes, Melbourne is the only one in Australia that is part of the C40 cities. And I said, you guys might want to check into that. If you don't believe me, go and look it up. And the fact that Dictator Dan is gone. And now we've got Tasmania also on fire, which, is horrific, really. What can one say? What else is good? What are we happening about here? Let's go back to him. Supreme Court Justice Paul Freeburn said that late on the night Sinclair died, Timberlake and his wife Esther, a former Kenyan television personality, heard a thud in their Kalanga home and left their bedroom to find their child at the bottom of the stairs. So supposedly they were both together and their child through the aliens in the belly. Maybe the aliens were trying to get out. Maybe he watched that movie Alien. Maybe we should put a little blurb of Alien where that belly comes out. I think I will do that as a tongue-in-cheek. And I'm not making any mockery of the poor little boy that's passed away, because, your parents are supposed to protect you and look after you, not turn you into some type of whatever, and not to treat your children like that. But anyway, let's go here. The court said Timberlake said the devil is in the house and grabbed a Bible, and then he and his wife got in the shower. Wow. I never knew that you could get rid of demons or aliens by taking your Bible and getting in the shower with your wife. Wow, while your child's dying at the bottom of some stairs that you've thrown him down. While you're trying to exorcise him of these aliens. But anyway, okay. Justice Freeburn said that Timberlake heard thuds. Justice and Timberlake. It just keeps taking me to Justin Timberlake. It does. Is that a coincidence? Is that subliminal messaging here that you're supposed to think it's like a comedy? It's music. It's all entertainment. That it's not real. But anyway, heard thuds from the other bathroom. Well, how many bathrooms did they have? And why was their child not in the shower with them? I don't understand. Was forced to bash the door in, where she saw Timberlake forcefully strike Sinclair in the stomach. Crown prosecutor Clayton Wallace said Timberlake had given a variety of explanations for his actions. He told his wife that he had slapped the devil out of his son, and told police that he was trying to get exmorphic eggs from the stomach of his son. And how did these aliens did the whole sort of alien thing? Brutal and incomprehensible. This is, you can read all of this yourself if you want to, because I don't really want to read any more. I think it's a little bit sad. And he ran for Kenyan president. What the hell? This guy's a murderer. He murdered his own child. If this doesn't tell you, once again, I'm the finger of God. Yeah, we were going to look into the finger of God. They're a cult, and they got all shut down. They became the hand of God. And they're all a bunch of barbaric, I don't know what to say. No, this is. He told people who'd rather be euthanized than return to Kenya, because he knows in Kenya he will probably be tortured or he'll be sacrificed as some type of ritual. Well, sorry, mate, you don't get what you want. You stole your child's future. You did barbaric things to your son. You were supposed to protect your son, and you didn't. You did the most despicable things. And how can you think he could become president? What the hell? He was only 3. Died of external injuries after sustaining a severe blunt force trauma to his stomach. That was his dad, and apparently he was pumping him so hard that he hurt himself. Look at this smug look. Oh, I'm sorry, mate. Wow. But anyway, let's see if we can find it.
What happened to this guy when he back stomach appetite?
Toilets, maybe rubbing bacon.
That's it.
Selling coconuts and pineapples. The first thing that I'm going to do when I get back is to get some decent food.
I can dig it, man. I'm telling you, I've eaten worse food than this, but then I taste better. You know what I'm saying?
The other one over there.
You pound down the stuff like this.
Listen, I'd rather be eating something else, but right now I'm thinking food.
You just you know what it's made of.
No, man. I don't want to talk about what it's made of. I'm eating this. Listen, man. The food ain't that bad, baby.
You sure?
What's wrong? What's wrong?
What?
Oh, God!
No. Don't touch it! Don't touch it!
I mean, the guy can't find his way off of a stage. Look, here's a stage. Here's a stage. I've never seen this stupid stage before, right? I've never seen it. But if I walk left, there's a stair. And if I walk right, there's a stair. And this guy gets up. Where am I?